All right, folks. This is an interesting one. So, metal guy, you're first a lot of the time. So go ahead and after you put first, we're gonna need a snarky comment from you on this one. I know I'm about to hear from you on this one. Going back to domestics, just because I've never reviewed this and I haven't had this. This is a revisit. I haven't had this. Ooh. I might have been like 22 when last time I had this beer. It's been this long since I've had this beer. Probably wondering what I'm talking about. Most of y'all pretty much know. The king of beers, Budweiser. My neighbor next door. I'm on the lake, guys. I'm on the lake. Give me y'all a different view. My neighbor loves Budweiser's, an older gentleman. He loves, but that's all he drinks. I've let him try so many craft beers, and he says he likes them, but he will not buy anything but Budweiser. That's all he drinks. And I helped him out, and he insisted on giving me one, and I says, thanks, man, for this. So I said, you know what? Let me review it, because I've never reviewed it. Most of us, when I say us, like, you know, gang, all my peoples, most of us don't drink beer like this. We have, but we're now snobs. We're now connoisseurs, if you will. So, without further ado, let's see if I can even finish this. I mean, I've had Bud Light. I feel like Bud Light just took over. Because I know more people that drink Bud Light than anything. My neighbor's one of the few people that I know of that still drink this. You know, I'm an 80s boy, so I remember my dad and his friends drank this. My dad drank this a lot before he converted to natural ice. Yeah, so you get that, you get Rice Krispies. You know, I like to reference beer with cereal. You get Rice Krispies. Simple as that. Not really, yeah, because I know this is made with rice, not corn. Yeah, rice and barley malt. King of beers, huh? Yeah, I know at baseball games, I think this is still a top seller along with Bud Light. I remember last time I went to a Braves game, I remember seeing it, that they had it. Yeah, it's Rice Krispies. Yep, just something else I'm getting besides the rice. I guess that's the barley. They keep it pretty simple. All right, guys, cheers. So flashing back to, I can only imagine, flashing back to the 80s, I could see that people would love this back then because you don't have all the options that you have now. You know, back then, I remember like my dad would go to the commissary, which is when I lived in San Diego. The naval base that we lived by had a commissary for anybody that lived in the city, and it was basically just cheaper food, and it had like a loaf of bread just says bread, box of rice says rice, can of beer says beer. This is probably a step above the can that says beer, and it's not that bad. Let me stop talking trash about Budweiser. But compared to what I've been having, I've been drinking Yingling Flights for the past 5-6 days. That's, let's see. This is not a light beer, but it almost is to me because, you know, I drank 2 Bell's Scotch Ales last night, and I'm gonna drink probably 2 more tonight, and then the last 2 tomorrow. I'm trying to do, if I do 6 packs of heavier stuff, my limit is 2. So, because I'm trying to like, my birthday's in December and I'm trying to reach a certain weight. finally got under 200 pounds, and that took me 10 years to do that, to get under 200. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to lose 200 pounds, to go from 4 to like 220. So I lost like 180. I was pretty much 220 since 2010. That's about 220, 230. But I actually regained at one point. Was dating this girl who, you know, whatever she ate, I ate. So I got back up to like 275, 280. But for the last few years, I've been like in the 240 range. But this is the first year at 40 that I've been I haven't been under 200 since 1989 when I was a child, because I was a fat kid my whole life. Always been a fat kid. Still a fat kid, but now I'm a sexy fat kid. Back to this beer. I know a lot of people can still appreciate this. I mean, it's part of our culture, man. So, you know, living in the States, man, I guess you got to kind of have an appreciation for it. But like beer for breakfast, facts for snacks. He reviewed this, and I agree with totally what he said. He's like, you know, it's not craft, but you still got to appreciate for what it represents, and I do. But I will tell you this. I really can't tell much difference between a regular Budweiser and a Bud Light, because that's all this tastes like to me. Because I've had Bud Lights. A lot of my friends, that's all they drink. A lot of my friends, besides my YouTube friends, but my friends in my neighborhood, they only drink Bud Light. Keep it real simple. They don't like what I drink. I gave a buddy, dude up the street, I gave him an IPA, and he finished it. It looked like he wanted to spit it out. He drank it out of respect, but he didn't like it, because all he drinks is Bud Light. So, oof, I couldn't even imagine a life like that, man. It's like a prison sentence to me to drink any beer every day. I have to, any variety. But all right, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I am facing the lake, so you can't see the lake. You can see the house, see the backyard. You see me. We're both badass. I had to say it. Cheers.